Welcome to Coaching the Parent Project. In this episode, we take a look at a viral clip of a softball game where a pitcher strikes the umpire in the face with a pitch. Over the last several years, this video received millions of views on YouTube and social media. A lot of people reacted to this clip, and most of that heat was aimed at the coach, the pitcher, and the catcher. There were thousands of calls for the coach's firing and bans for players in the team. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what happened to the team after this video surfaced, but I imagine there were serious consequences. Let's go ahead and take a look at the clip. We don't get the context of what happened during the entire game, but it appears that the team on the field didn't like the way the game was being officiated. A called ball four brought in a run, and it was probably the tipping point for the coaches and the team.
Well, you have proved your point.
Enough already!
Shake your head, you're good. You proved your point.
I'll tell you right now, Bill, you get one of these kids hit, you're going to get beat. Blue, what was that? High or low?
What I want us as parents to focus on is what it would feel like if our child played for the team that just committed this infraction. Worse yet, what would we do if our daughter was the pitcher or the catcher? What would we do as a parent? For me, I'd probably do a few things straight away. I would have asked the coach what happened and from his perspective, and whether or not this was done at his direction or whether or not this is a play that was solely orchestrated by the players. And to be honest, it's a bad look either way. And I admit this is a hard conversation to have with a coach. So if a parent is uncomfortable with having this type of discussion with him, I do suggest that you do it with other parents with you. I'd also start having a conversation with my daughter and get her perspective on what happened. It'd even be more important if my daughter was part of the battery. Honestly, the video looks really bad, and I would refer to it often in my conversations with her. If my daughter wasn't directly involved, I would want her input on how she wishes to work through it. We'd also discuss whether or not this team is a good fit for her going forward. If my daughter was directly involved, I would want to know how this happened and why she felt it was so important to commit something so major. If she admits she was instructed to hit the umpire by the coach, this incident now becomes a big issue with the team and the organization, and this conversation will happen once we get home. If she admits that she did it on her own, the consequences for my daughter would be very severe. I would more than likely remove her from the team and have her issue apologies for her actions, among other things. I do understand that there's a lot to consider going forward, as they are obviously a travel team and it appears to be a big tournament. Other factors are whether or not the players are being looked at by colleges and whether or not this team is helping make that happen. The costs of decisions like this become complicated, and I've seen many parents keep their kids on a team like this in order to cash in on college opportunities. But is that right? I firmly believe that integrity matters. This kind of play is inexcusable and not the kind of team that my daughter or my family would be a part of, and we would more than likely pursue other options for her. What do you think your reaction would be if your daughter played for this team? Leave your comments below.